Okay, so we are continuing here to find out the mean of continuous random variable. So if you put the value of n is equal to 4 at here, this will be converted to x cube. And I can write down this whole integration, I can write down k into gamma of 4. Now k value, I know that it's a 1 by 2, that is already we found that. And gamma of 4, it is given as 3 factorial, and 3 factorial is 6 divided by 2. So the mean of this continuous random variable is equal to 3. So here the option number B is right answer. Similarly, if I'll go here like another question, okay, we have to find out the variance of this one. So variance is equal to given as variance of this function is 0 to infinity x in x square into f of x dx minus 0 to infinity x into f of x dx the whole square. And this one we know that it's the mean. The mean value we have already got it here, 3 square. Only you need to find out the value of this one. So substitute the here function value. It's a x square into function value is given as k into x square into e raised to minus x dx. So k you take out outside and it's a 0 to infinity x to power 4 dx. Okay, x raised to 4 into e raised to minus x. Then you write down the dx here. I'll erase it here. E raised to minus x dx minus 9. To see what should I put the value of n so that it will be converted to x raised to 4. So see, we know that a standard definition of gamma function is x raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus x dx. And iska jo value hota hai, it's a gamma of n. So see, if you substitute the value of n here is equal to 5, it will be converted to this integration. यानी इसको हम लोग simplify कर सकते हैं. I can write down gamma of 5. And k value we know that it's a 1 by 2, and gamma of 5 is given as 4 factorial, and 4 factorial is 24 divided by 2, it's a 12. So I got the value of this one is 12. So that one you need to do 12 minus 9, it's a 3. So the variance of this question is also you got it here 3. So the right option is 3. So here the deviation from the mean is 0, we can say that. Similarly, we'll check it here next question, and this is also a continuous random variable, and it is given that f of x is equal to given that it's a mod of x, and the x is varies from -1 to +1. Find the variance. He is asking to directly to find out the variance. So see, to find out the variance, we know that a variance is equal to given as expectation of x square minus expectation of x, yani mean ka whole square. You need to find out the both, that is this one also and that one also. So first of all, we'll check it here. How will you find out the expectation? The expectation we can say that directly -1 to +1, because this function is valid from -1 to +1, and it's the x into f of x dx. -1 to +1 x into f of x कितना? It's a mod x into dx. तो देखो mod होगा so हमेशा even function ही होगा, क्योंकि it will make everything positive only. It's a even function. And x to power 1 है, तो ये है odd function. तो यहाँ पे अगर हम बोलेंगे odd into even function क्या होता है? Odd into even function. तो odd into even function it will be odd only. Odd only. Odd into even function it will be odd only. कैसे? क्योंकि x to power 1 into x square, it's a how much? X cube. X to power 3 into x square, you'll get it here how much? X to power 5. So these all are the odd functions. So here you remember that a property hai, if any integration which is a varies from -a to minus a to plus a, f of x dx, and if f of x is a here odd function, then in that case the integration value will be 0. So since we got it here, ये जो पूरा function है, this all function that is -1 to +1 and this x into mod of x dx, we know that this is it's an odd function. Odd function means the overall integration value will be 0. The expectation I got it here, it's a 0 here. And you remember that a core important formula, if it is a varies from -a to +a, and if the function f of x dx is, if the function is your even function, so this even function will reduce to 2 times of 0 to a f of x dx. So this is the property of integration in that. So I'll apply the here same property to find out integration of this one. So we'll check it here, how you find out the next. Just a minute. Okay, now we'll see that here. Now we'll try to find out the expectation of x for whole square. Let me to background this one, I'll do that white. Okay. Now we have to find out here expectation of x for whole square. And that is given as here, it's a -1 to +1 and it's a x square into f of x dx. It's a -1 to +1 and it's a x square and f of x is your mod x. See, it's an even function. This is the even function and this is also even function. So we know that even into even is what function? It's an even function. If overall is an even function, so that then that integration we can resolve into 2 times integration from 0 to 1 x square into mod of x dx. Mod of x dx. And this mod x you cancel it and you resolve, you write down this one into terms of x1. From 0 to 1, this mod of x always will be x1. So we can write on this one x cube dx. And this x cube integration will be x to power 4 by 4 and put the limit here. If you put the limit, it will be 2 into 1 by 4, it's a 1 by 2. So the variance, we can say that variance of this random variable is expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square. So this one I got it 1 by 2 and expectation we got it here 0. So the right answer is here 1 by 2 is right answer. If you take the difference, you check it here. Previous one, see, I found it here, it's a 0. Expectation of x. I need to find out only expectation of x square. Now we'll see that here next question. See, we have a next, we have to find out the expectation and variance. See, if x and y are the random variable, mean of x is 10 and the variance of x is 25. Yani the mean is given here 10 and the variance is given here 25. Find the possible values of a and b such that y is equal to given that x minus b has expectation 0 and the variance is here, just a minute, variance is 1. Variance is 1. That is the you need to find out here a and b. To see, mean of this x and y is given and their y mean is given, that is a 0 and the variance is given. You need to find out a and b. To see, to find out here a and b value, you need to know that properties of expectation and variance for the linear equation. So we'll see that here properties first of all. What could be the properties of I'll check it here properties, all of 100 properties. So see, look at here. I'm going to discuss here properties of expectation. So see here the first property is here. If x is a random variable and a is a constant, if x is a random variable and x is constant, so in that case the expectation of ax is given that it's a into expectation of x. A you take out outside. Similarly, the second property is expectation of x plus y. If x and y are the random variable, तो इसको हम लोग split कर सकते हैं, expectation of x plus expectation of y. And if they're asking to find out expectation of x minus y, so again you can split here expectation of x minus expectation of y. But if they are in multiplication, we won't able to split them. We have to write down in some other way. Like two variables are there and they are in multiplication, तो उसको हम लोग conditional theorem के अनुसार we can split them. So here expectation of x into expectation of y by x, and expectation of y by x is termed as a finding of probability of y when x is already occurred in the past. Yeah, इसको हम लोग again we can split it here. If you take it here expectation of y, so you can write down expectation of x by y. So this is the third property is there. Now the fourth property is here. If x and y are independent random variable, in that x and y are dependent random variable are there. But if I'm assuming that x and y are independent random variable, so in that case the multiplication of these two random variable is splitted into a single term, that is expectation of x into expectation of y. Next property is there. If it is given that y is equal to x plus b, where a and b are constants, so if you take it here expectation of y both the side, so if you take it here this side also expectation, so expectation of x we can write down a into expectation of x, a into expectation of x plus expectation of b is b only. So here you remember that expectation of constant term is constant only. So that's why I wrote it here. Expectation of y is equal to a into expectation of x, and this one is the expectation of b. You will get it here. Then I can write on that one as a b itself. Yani one more property is you remember that if you are finding the expectation of x, then you will get the constant value. You will get the constant value. So these are the properties of expectation. Same way, this one you remember that we have a problem based on this one only. Same way we have a next properties of variance. Properties of variance. So the first property, if x is a random variable and a is a constant, if x is a random variable and a is constant, so in that case that variance of x is given as a into v of x. Why? Because we have a formula of variance, it's a given as summation of x minus mu whole square into p of x. ये variance है. So it will make a square every term. So that's why a का यहाँ पे हो जाएगा a square into v of x. And if you are trying to find the variance of negative term, so it will make here positive because here it is a square is there. So this will become minus 1 whole square into variance of y, and that will become variance of y itself. This is the first one. Second property is if x and y are independent random variable. Independent or random variable. So in that case, the variance x plus y is given as v of x plus v of y. And if you write down x minus y, So then it is given as v of x plus v of y only. And in both the cases, you will get it here plus 1. Why? Because minus it will become plus. Because इसको हम लिख सकते थे v of x plus minus 1 whole square into v of y. And that will be reduced to this one only itself. Yani v of x plus minus y, yani it will be the same result. Whether it is a plus or minus, you will get the same result. Similarly, the third property is, if a and b are constants and x and y are independent random variable. If a and b are here constant, comma, x and y are independent random variable. So in that case, the variance is given as v of ax minus by is given as a square into v of x, and this minus will become plus, and it's a b square into v of y. Similarly, if I tell here variance of x by a minus y by b is given as 1 by a square into v of x plus 1 by b square into v of y. Next, fourth property, if y is equal to x plus b, where a and b are constants, then v of y, if you take the variance both the side, so v of x plus b, so v of y we can write down, this one will be x a square into v of x, and you remember that variance of constant term, it will be always 0. So it will be reduced to a square into v of x itself. So to take the variance of linear equation, this is the formula. Now we'll check the here problem. That problem we'll discuss that problem, like how you find out the variance of a linear equation. So let's check it here. Okay, this is the question is there here. X and y are random variable. Mean of x is equal to 10 and the variance is x is equal to 25. Find the possible value of a and b such that y is equal to x minus b has expectation 0 and variance 1. So chalo यहाँ पे y is equal to x minus b is given. You take the one's expectation. The expectation of y is equal to a into expectation of x minus b. So see, expectation of y is how much is given? 0. ये y का expectation दिया हुआ and y का ये variance दिया हुआ. The expectation of y is 0 into a into what is the expectation of x? The x का यहाँ पे expectation of x दिया हुआ 10 minus b. So this is the equation number 1. 10a minus b is equal to 0. This is the equation number 1. Now you take the variance on both the sides. तो अगर हम variance लेंगे of x minus b, so variance of y will be a square into v of x minus variance of constant term, it will be 0 here. So write down the variance of y is how much is given? 1 is equal to a square into variance of x is how much is given? 25. So a square must be equal to 1 by 25. So a must be equal to here 1 by 5. यानी यहाँ पे हो सकता है plus minus 1 by 5, plus minus 1 by 5. But the variance is always positive, so you take it here only plus. Plus minus यानी you take it here only plus value. It's a 1 by 5. तो अगर a का value इसमें substitute करेंगे, तो you will get the b value as a 2. Because 10 into 1 by 5 minus b must be equal to 0. So b has to be a 2 here. So I can say that a is a 0.2 and b is a 2. So 0. Okay, find the value of a and b. So I can say that no, it's a 0.5. 1 by 5 is here 0.2. 1 by 5 is here 0.2. So I think it should be here. It should be 0.2 and 2, not 0.5. So your none of the option is matching. The answer here should be 0.2 and 2. So this is the way we can solve that variance and expectation of a linear equation. Next, we have here. Next, we'll discuss that application of probability, that how to apply a discrete and random variable in different cases. जैसे कि we have a next type of probability is in discrete random variable. In discrete random variable, there is one distribution is called is your binomial distribution, and another distribution is called is here it's a Poisson distribution. Poisson distribution. So let me to explain first of all a binomial distribution. To see that binomial distribution is applied when number of trials is more than once, like up to 10 trials we can apply here. And you remember that if the observation is small and the probability of success is high, we can apply the binomial distribution. So I'll give you the condition when we can apply the binomial distribution. If the observation are independent and n should be small. ये important है, n should be small. And next, the probability of success is constant and it should be large. Is constant and should be a large. And the third one, mean is greater than variance. Mean is greater than variance. ये तीनों condition means remember that these two conditions are important here. Number of observation must be small and the probability of success must be high. High कहने का मतलब है like if a dice is rolled once, what is the probability of getting a 5? So 5 is here 1/6. So there should be a probability of success. There should not be a probability of failure. There should be a probability of success here. You remember that. So there's a definition of binomial distribution is there. What is the definition? If X is said to be a binomial random variable, binomial random variable, and allows the value from 0 to n, allows the value from 0 to n with parameters np, with parameters n comma p, then probability mass function, because it comes under the discrete random variable, is given as p of x is equal to ncx, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x, where n should varies from 0 to n, x should be varies from 0 to n, and p plus q must be equal to 1. So where q is equal to, we can say that it's the 1 minus p. So this n is your number of trials or number of observations. X is taken at a time. X is a random variable. P is your probability of success. And q is your probability of failure. So if the number of observation is small and the probability of success is high, we can apply the binomial distribution. So remember this formula. We'll apply this formula. And next is the properties of binomial distribution. So in properties, what are the things we'll find out? So we'll find out here, first of all, mean. And mean is here, it is given as the expectation of x. And expectation of x is given as sum of x into p of x. And if you substitute here, p of x is ncx, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x. And if you simplify them, you will get as the expectation is n into. Remember that. It's a very, very important. You can derive it, but here the derivation not required. Remember that the mean is n into p. And similarly, the variance is given as here npq. And the variance formula, we know that expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square. It's the same here. This is a small x and this is a small x. It's the same only. If you simplify them, you will get it here npq. This is the variance. And we have a problem based on that only. And there is one more term, it is called here skewness. This is termed as a skewness. And skewness is given as mu3 whole square minus mu2 ka cube. Mu2 means here variance and mu1 is named as a expectation and mu3 is called here a central moment. Central moment. So if you write on the formula for central moment and mu2 value, I'll write on this one. This is given as n square p square q square minus q minus p whole square divided by npq ka whole cube. If you simplify them, you will get it here skewness is 1 minus 2p का whole square divided by npq. तो देखो यहाँ पे skewness क्या indicates करता है? तो skewness indicates that it's the measure of symmetry. Measure of symmetry. यानी if you draw the curve for binomial distribution, which type of curve you will get it here? तो यहाँ पे this 1 minus whole square, तो इसको हम लोग further resolve कर सकते हैं. You take out the square root this side, so it will be a square root of beta 1 must be equal to 1 minus 2p divided by a square root of npq. And ये square root of beta 1 is given as here gamma 1. And it's a 1 minus 2p divided by root under npq. And अगर यहाँ पे p का value अगर 1 by 2 substitute करते हैं, then the gamma 1 value will be 0. Gamma 1 value will be 0. So you remember that the graph of this one, it will be equally. Yani this, yani at p is equal to 1 by 2, the gamma value, it is becoming here 0. Yani equally means this one is symmetric about p is equal to 1 by 2. Yani symmetry hoga at p is equal to 1 by 2. यहाँ पे अगर p का value अगर less than 1 by 2 आता है, then this gamma 1 value will be positive. Positive means it's a positively skewed. जैसे कि अगर बोलते हैं यहाँ पे if p value is less than 1 by 2, so this gamma value is 1 minus 2p divided by root under npq. It means this will be positive. So जो भी graph मिलेंगे, it will be positively skewed. And if the p value is greater than 1 by 2, so whatever the gamma value will get it here, it's a negative. And it's a negative skewed. Negative skewed. So these are the here properties is there for the binomial distribution. Now we'll see that one question based on that. There is one question, we'll discuss it here. See, this is the question. Find the probability of getting a 9 exactly in 2 in 3 times with a pair of dice. यानी 2 बार आना चाहिए, x must be equal to 2 and the number of trials होना चाहिए 3 and the sum should be equal to 9. तो देखो कौन कौन सा पेयर है जिसमें sum should be equal to 9. देखो you make the number 1 2 3 4 5 6. तो अगर हम 5 4 ऐड करेंगे तो 9 आएगा, 6 3 भी ऐड करेंगे तो 9 आएंगे. So there is only 4 possible outcomes. Yani probability of getting a sum equal to 9 you find out, and it's a 5 4 4 5 6 3 and 3 6. So there is a 4 outcomes are there. 4 outcomes are there. And sample space is how much? 36. क्योंकि यहाँ पे अगर दो डाइस को एक बार रोल किया गया है या एक डाइस को 2 बार रोल किया गया, the sample space will be 36. It's a 4 by 36 means 1 by 9. And the probability of success you'll get it here 1 by 9. Then the probability of failure will be 1 minus 1 by 9. It's a 8 by 9. So I need here, I need this sum should be 9. It should come 2 times. It should come 2 times. Yani x must be equal to 2. So apply the formula NCX p raised to x q raised to n minus x. So 3 out of 2 times I need it here. And p is 1 by 9 to power x value is 2 and the q value is 8 by 9 to power 3 minus 2. It's a 1. And 3c2 value is a 3 and 1 by 9 a square and 8 by 9. You can write on here 8 by 9 cube. And you simplify them. If you simplify, you will get it here 8 by 240. Yani this is the probability of getting sum 9 at 2 times out of 3 times. At 2 times out of 3 times. Similarly, we have one more question based on that. This question. So it is given that the probability of a man hitting the target is 1 by 3. So hitting the target is nothing but it's the probability of success is given 1 by 3. So see the probability of failure will be how much? It's a 1 minus 1 by 3 means 2 by 3 हो जाएगा probability of failure. यानी जब कभी भी binomial distribution apply कर रहे हैं, you need to find out P and Q. P and Q. Then only you can find out the others one. Then he is saying that if you fire 5 times, first question is n is 5. What is the probability of is hitting the target at least twice? At least twice means minimum to maximum it could be 5. यानी minimum it could be 2, maximum 5 times भी hit कर सकता है. उसका probability मुझे find out करना है. तो इसको find out करने के लिए देखो minimum 2 होना चाहिए. It could be go up to 5. तो क्या करो इस total probability में you subtract that probability of getting a 0 target and probability of getting a 1 target. You subtract them, you will get it the probability of targeting 2, 3, 5. The probability of hitting the target here at 0 times and at 1 times it is given as 1 minus it's a NC0. It's a 5C0. I'll apply the formula here. P of x we know that it's a NCX p raised to x q raised to n minus x. P value is here how much? 1 by 3 to power 0, 2 by 3 to power 5 minus 0 is 5. And hitting the target at x is equal to 1, it means 5c1, 1 by 3 to power 1 and 2 by 3 to power 4. To simplify them, you'll get it here 1 minus 5c0 is 1 and 2 by 3 to power 5 it will be. And 5c1 is value is 5 into 2 divided by 3 to power 5. So 2 by 3 to power 5 if you take out outside common, it is a 1 plus 5, it's a 6. And if you simplify them, you will get it in the last 131 by 243. If you simplify them, क्योंकि इसको हम लिख सकते हैं 1 minus 2 by 3 to power 5 and you will get it here 6. You simplify it, you will get it this one only. So the option number here A is the right answer. Similarly, in that only it's connected is that how many times must he fire so that the probability of his hitting the target at least once more than 90%. कितना बार वो फायर करे so that उसका जो probability होगा it should be minimum once and the probability must be greater than 90%. यानी इसको हम लोग directly लिख सकते हैं in the terms of equation. At least once means minimum one. At least once means minimum one. Maximum it could be n number of times. N number of times. And the probability must be greater than 90%. देखो x greater than and equal to 1 इसको हम लोग लिख सकते हैं total probability में you subtract that probability of hitting the target 0 times and it must be here 0.9. तो 0 times means इसको हम लिख सकते हैं probability of x is equal to 0, and if you simplify them you will get it here 0.1. So probability of x is equal to 0 is given as q raised to n, and that must be 0.1. कैसे? क्योंकि if you write down x is equal to 0 means n is 0, p raised to 0, q raised to n minus 0. So n is 0 value is a 1, p raised to 1, and it's a q raised to n. So in the last you will get it here q raised to n. And q value we know that 2 by 3 to power n must be less than 0.1. And if you take the log both the side, take the log both the sides, so it will become n into log 2 by 3 less than log 0.1. If you simplify them, the minimum number of trials you will get it here 6. N must be equal to 6. You will get it here something 5.6. इसको हम लोग round of figure करेंगे, you will get it here 6. यानी if you hit the target minimum 6 times, then इसका जो probability होगा it should be more than 90%. More than 90%. Okay, there is a one more question is there based on that. We'll discuss here this one. There it is given that 2 dice are rolled 120 times. Okay, 2 dice are rolled 120 times. So n is equal to 120. Find the average number of times in which the number of time in which number on the first die exceeds the number on the second die. Average number of time, average यहाँ पे find out करने के लिए बोल रहा है. Average you need to find out. यानी it's nothing but mean, and mean is given as n into p. So n we know that it's a 120. Only you need to find out the probability of success. तो देखो इसका probability of success क्या होगा? Probability of success यहाँ पे देखना है. That the number on the first die must be greater than number on the second die. So देखो यहाँ पे 2 dice को एक बार रोल करेंगे. अगर एक बार रोल करते हैं, if you roll 2 dice once, तो इस केस में जो सैंपल स्पेस बनेंगे it's a 6 square is 36. And what are the sample space? That will start from 1 1 and it will go up to 1 6, and 2 1 to 2 6, and it will go on 6 1 to 6 6. तो इस केस में first die should have exceeds the number on the second die. Yani whatever the number should on first die, that should be greater than second die. So what are the outcomes can come up here? So outcomes यहाँ पे देखो क्या हो सकता है? It will be 2 1. That's it. Greater होना चाहिए. 2 2 it won't be possible. Next 3 1, 3 2. That's it. Next 4 1, 4 2, 4 3, 4 4 नहीं possible है. 4 5 is also not possible. Then 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4. That's it. And next 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5. तो टोटल कितने आउटकम्स हो गए यहाँ पे? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. तो टोटल 15 आउटकम्स है. तो यहाँ पे बोल सकते हैं probability of getting a number on the first die must be greater than the second die is 15 by 36, and this is the probability of success. So we need to find out here mean. तो mean हम लोग find कर सकते हैं, it's a 120 into 15 by 36. 15 by 36, and if you simplify them, 6 is the 36, 6 into 20, and 3 to the 6, 3 5 the, and 2 10 the. So 10 into 5, the average number of times is 50. Yani you will get it here 50 times in that the first die exceeds the number on the second die. This is the average number of times. So I'll discuss this much only for today's, and we'll continue in the next class. There are the 2 more distributions are there, Poisson and normal distribution. We'll see in the next class. So thank you very much. I'll keep at this much only.